Well, hello friends, welcome back to my kitchen. This has been a long time coming. This is my follow-up video to my original video from nearly 2 years ago about extracting vanilla. And I have a very detailed video of the process and all the information you need to know to get started. It's pretty simple actually. Anyway, I do have a video on that, and I'll put a link up in the corner up above and also down in the description box below to that original video. So what we're going to do today, it's been 2 years and I didn't think it would take so long. I looked at my jars about a year ago. I was thinking of giving them for holiday gifts, and at that time the extract did not appear very dark. It was light. And after 2 years, I bottled whole beans, and I didn't cut them, split them for the most part. Most of these are all whole beans, so I think that's why they took a little longer. And in retrospect, I would not recommend using whole beans because it's just going to take too long, and there's no reason. Unless you really want to use the beans for baking or cooking or something else, in that case, just do that with them and don't use them for extract. So we've got from our video from a couple years ago, this is the Pompona vanilla. It's from Madagascar. I don't know if it's actually real Pompona, but because Pompona is a totally different species from Vanilla planifolia and Vanilla tahitensis. So we'll see how that tastes. Then we've got Indonesian, and that is distilled in Captain Morgan spiced rum. We have just regular Madagascar beans distilled in Kirkland's French vodka. We have Ugandan beans, and those are distilled in Seagram's vodka. Now these I did after I made that other video, and I decided at the time I thought I would split the beans. So this is from the same general time frame, but the beans have been split. So this is Madagascar beans with Seagram's vodka, and we'll see if that's going to make a difference in the amount of distillation and how it tastes and all that good stuff. This is another one. This is split beans. They're Papua New Guinea beans. Look, that's a totally different color. These were clear bottles. That looks actually reddish. That's pretty cool. So these beans were from Papua New Guinea, and they are distilled in Kirkland French vodka, which was a clear liquid. So the color that you see is actually distilled from the beans. And we've also got Indonesian beans that are distilled in Captain Morgan white rum. We've got Indonesian beans distilled in Jim Beam bourbon. We've got Ugandan beans in Kirkland French vodka. We have Mexican beans that are in Buffalo Trace bourbon. I actually went to the market and bought Buffalo Trace bourbon because I heard so many good things about it. So we'll see how that works out. And this is the Tahitian vanilla. This was a grade B beans, distilled in Kirkland French vodka. So we'll see how those are. Those should have a totally different flavor from all the other beans that are here. Then what I did also, I went to Costco today and I saw this pure vanilla extract, 16 ounces for $9.99. And I don't know how that's going to compare, but I figured that's an excellent price. If I were to make 16 ounces of a vanilla extract, the beans alone would cost me around $20. So I don't know how they possibly do this for $9.99. But we'll check and see what the difference is in flavor, if there's any difference or not. And we already discussed the Pompona in Kirkland French vodka. After I filmed my other video, you know, these labels are all dissolvable labels. They're not very pretty and they're not very fancy. And since I'm planning to give these for gifts, I went and bought these beautiful labels. I found them on Amazon. And if I can find the link, I'm going to put the link down in the description box below for you in case you would like to get labels like this. But this is made by date, batch number. And I think rather than saying made by and date, I'm going to put on the label the type of bean and what kind of distilled spirits we used. Probably the date also. Another thing that I did, I went on Amazon and bought this brewer's logbook. And in here I recorded all the particulars of each batch. I've got a table of contents that tells me everything that I've done to date. And then you can look to a forward page. You know, the page number is here, which has details for each batch. So the details for each batch, this is pretty cool. This is one of them we're going to be looking at. It's the Mexican vanilla distilled in Kirkland French vodka, the date that I bottled it up, where I bought the beans from. I calculated the price per bean or per ounce. I did it on an ounce scale, not per bean. And I actually figured out how many beans per ounce there was in this particular batch. Almost all mine were grade A. I measured how long the beans were, the type of alcohol I used, and the cost of that. And let's see, whether I did single or double strength. Almost all mine are single strength. Cost of beans per batch. So this comes out to $3.23 per ounce. So to do a 16-ounce bottle like I got from Costco, that would be, let's see, well, 3 times 16, $48. Am I calculating that right in my head? 3 times 16. Yeah, $48 for a bottle. That would be an equivalent size to that. So they're doing it for about a fifth of what I could do it for. So I don't know. Hopefully ours is significantly superior to the Kirkland, but we'll have to see. So the first thing I'm going to do with these, since I'm planning to send some of these to my granddaughter, she lives in Utah and she likes to do a lot of holiday baking, I'm going to one by one wash off my dissolvable label and prepare the permanent label that I'm going to put on there. And we'll do that to each and every bottle here. I'm not going to have you on camera while I do that, but we'll come back when we're finished. So as you can see, the label washed off pretty quickly and easily. I just ran that under the faucet. I've got my label. I've got Tahitian in vodka, the date, and my batch, which is batch number 3. And we're going to just place it right on the bottle here. See, these bottles are not completely flat on any side, so they're a little bit difficult to label. Okay, so there's number 1. So let's just show you how easily these labels rinse right off. These are the ball dissolvable labels. It's gone. And this label is going on a little more easily because this bottle has straight sides, where the other bottle kind of has angled sides. So there we go. Very nice. Now I have to tell you that the only reason that I put dissolvable labels on here, and now I'm putting these permanent labels on, is because I didn't have the permanent labels on hand when I was originally doing this experiment. And I ordered them afterwards and got them in, and I just thought, well, at the time I'm getting ready to do this video and to show you all, we'll just put the labels on at that time. You know, after I bottled this vanilla 2 years ago, last year my ex-husband passed away. I had to clean out the family home and get it sold. This year my mom fell, broke her hip. We moved her to assisted living. And now we're selling her home, and it's in escrow. Hopefully it will close soon. So I have been not so present on YouTube as I would have liked to have been, but that's just the way life goes. So there is the beautiful label. Again, it's easier if you have it on a bottle. See, this bottle is rather curved and attractive. But if you can get a bottle that's straight-sided like this is totally straight up and down. The labels seat a lot more nicely and don't wrinkle. And that's another reason why I didn't get these ready to go last year as gifts. I was just too overwhelmed at the holidays, too overwhelmed with life. But after 2 years, these should be pretty nice. See that little bit of wrinkling on there? Here is a big 16-ounce bottle that I made, and these are split beans, and the sides on this bottle are totally flat, so this label should be very easy to apply. There we go. Nice. So if you get bottles to do this, bear in mind if you plan to label them, get something with flat sides. Alrighty, well, everything's labeled and looking wonderful. We have all our contestants lined up here in the Miss Vanilla pageant. I'm going to put a little bit from each jar into the little cup in front, and we'll give them all a little taste test. Here you can see visually the contents. These two are the two that I cut and split the beans for better extraction, and they are fairly dark. They look pretty good. And the rest of these are the whole beans. As you can see, it's a little lighter. This one looks a little different. That's a Ugandan bean in vodka. This is Mexican in bourbon. They look pretty good. This one looks delicious. This is the Tahitian in vodka. This is the Pompona. It looks pretty dark. This is our Costco vanilla, and it looks very dark. So they probably use heat and agitation to really extract it, and who knows, it may be better than our homemade. And this particular one, this is just, I think I just had a bean or two that I got from Vanilla Bean Kings. It was 1/5 of an ounce of beans, and I put about 1.5 ounces of Buffalo Trace bourbon. So this is just in bourbon. And now we'll give them a try with a little milk or something to pour these in and see what the taste is like. Here I've added a little bit of milk to each of these bowls. I'm going to give them each a taste test and see which one tastes, or not that one tastes better than another, but see the differences in taste between them. So I'm going to start with the split beans. That's very nice. Very rich. This one tastes a little more woody. This is from Papua New Guinea. This is Madagascar. And I have to say, this tastes kind of woody. This tastes a little smoother. This one is Indonesian in white rum. Oh, wow, that has a different flavor too. That's very rich. Wow, that is good. Maybe it's the rum I'm tasting. It's a little bit sweet. This one is Indonesian in bourbon. Now that one I don't taste much vanilla flavor, to tell you the truth. I taste the bourbon and the milk, but not a lot of vanilla. This is Ugandan and vodka. That's very nice. That is very nice. That's very well rounded. It's not too earthy, not too sweet. Here we have Madagascar in vodka. Since it's in vodka, it should have a pretty nice representative flavor. Oh yeah, that's very well balanced, very nice. Here is Ugandan in vodka. That is very good. I like that. You know, we had a Ugandan in vodka earlier. These two were both Ugandan in vodka. Maybe different types of vodka. I don't remember. I'd have to look at my book to see the difference. But they're both very nice. Next we have the Mexican vanilla in bourbon. That also, I really taste the bourbon. I don't taste a lot of vanilla. So maybe it's better to just use vodka, guys. I don't like having the taste of just the liquor. Here is Indonesian. And this is Captain Morgan spiced rum. Oh, that's very good, very sweet. The spiced rum, it gives it the extra spicy flavor. Again, I don't taste a lot of vanilla in these last half dozen or so. The ones that I decanted whole bean, I have to say the initial ones with the split beans have more of a vanilla flavor. This one is the Tahitian. That'll be interesting. Let's see how that one tastes, because this is a wholly different species from the planifolia that we've been sampling to this point. Oh, wow, that is delicious. That really is fruity. So I've got to say a big thumbs up for the Tahitian. That's nice. But again, if you like a more earthy vanilla for baking, this is not earthy. This is sweet, this is fruity, it's kind of floral. And here we have the Pompona in vodka. That's really good. That has a real good vanilla flavor. I think that's the winner so far. Very nice. Here is our Costco vanilla. Kirkland, whatever brand it is. I'm not sure about that one. I don't really like it. I don't know if it's prejudice because I know what it is. Let me try that one more time. It's okay. It's sort of, I can't explain the taste. Doesn't have much flavor. I guess that's all I can say about it. And here is this is another one that was split bean. It's a Madagascar vanilla bean. And we used, what liquor did I use? Oh, I used Buffalo Trace bourbon for this. So I have a feeling I may not like it because it may taste too bourbony, but let's see. Oh yeah, all I can taste is the bourbon. So my takeaway in general is that it's much better to split your beans, split them, scrape them, shake the bottle while it's being stored once every week or so. Give it a good shake, and that'll help to distill more flavor out of your vanilla beans. I do like the flavor of the Tahitian. I like the Pompona. They're all pretty decent, but I think my disappointment is the fact that these came out so light. The ones that I put the whole bean in the bottle. And it's been 2 years, so it should be a lot of deep, rich flavor, and it really isn't. So my recommendation after all this would be use whatever beans that have a flavor that you like, but when you bottle them up, make sure you split them, make sure you scrape them, make sure you shake the bottles periodically, store them in a cool, dry place, away from sunlight, and you can experiment yourself, but my recommendation would be to split your beans and use whatever flavor that you prefer. If you prefer the fruity flavor, go for the Tahitian vanilla. If you like a more woody flavor, see, the most woody one I had was the Indonesian. I would definitely recommend using vodka. I think the ones that I distilled in vodka had a purer, more vanilla flavor to them. So I do recommend using vodka. You don't worry about using bourbon or rum or anything else. Well, the rum really did add a nice flavor too. So I would say if you want something different, you could add some spiced rum or coconut rum or something like that. That would be nice. But in general, I think I would stay away from bourbon and that type of ingredient. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this follow-up to my previous video. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll bring you some more interesting content. We'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye. Now I put all my leftovers together in this container, and I'm going to add some chocolate. And who doesn't love chocolate milk with vanilla? I think this is going to be pretty nice and tasty. A good little afternoon snack. All right. A good reward for 2 years of waiting. Yum. Cheers. Oh my God, that's delicious. Wow. That is awesome.